Hi, in this session, we will learn about generative AI and how it works. Generative AI is different than the previous AI models as those are built to recognize patterns or make predictions based on existing data that they were trained on. So, how generative AI is different is that it is a type of artificial intelligence that is designed to create or generate new content, such as images, text, music, or even videos. Many of you might have used ChatGPT, which is text to text generative AI model. It is developed by OpenAI and it is designed to understand and generate human like text. Likewise, we have many other tools as well. For example, Bing from Microsoft, and then many others to generate images and videos from text. So all of this, I will include those tools in my next session. As before that, it is good to know about what generative AI is and how it works. So proceeding further about artificial intelligence, actually there is no intelligence in AI. However, it is all about matching patterns and symbols, and the ability of AI system to identify an object made up of text or maybe images, videos. All of it depends on the amount of training about of trained data sets that AI system was fed with, or it depends on how efficiently and effectively those trained modules are engineered. It's like how a newborn learns to crawl first and then standing on its feet, and while walking, the baby might observe obstacles or may fall as a learning to walk. So, similarly, the AI system also is fed with the large data sets for its training for the desired output or results. For example, if we want to train a generative AI model to generate images of a flying helicopter, we would feed it with data sets of thousands of flying helicopter images. For example, images of flying helicopter from different angles, from back, left, or right, and within different environments and weather conditions. The model then analyzes the patterns, features, and structures present in the training data and learns to generate new flying helicopter based on how it has learned from its past experiences or training. That's how, when any input is given by the user, the system just matches and analyzes it within its scope of modules trained through the datasets and fetches the most suitable output in the form of text, images, or videos. So, all in all, there are various methods and algorithms which are used in generative AI to create new content, and I have listed here some of the methods, and each of these methods have their own importance, benefits, and strengths. However, neural networks, especially generative adversarial networks, in short form, which we call GANs, and variational autoencoders, which is ways, have gained a significant popularity due to their ability to learn complex patterns or their ability to generate high quality content in various areas or body of knowledge. So now let's know about neural network before we deep dive into GAN and way. So as the name neural indicates, it is inspired by however human brain is structured and functions. In generative AI, a neural network is a model capable of doing computations, and it does computations basis algorithms built for same. So, neural networks are essential components of many generative models because they are capable of learning complex patterns and representations from data, which allows them to generate new content that pretty much resembles the data that they were trained on. And the most common type of neural network which is used in generative models is generative adversarial network, which we call GAN in a short form, and variational autoencoders, which is way. Both GANs and ways are generative models which are designed to learn and generate new data samples, such as text, images, or audios or videos. Now, let's look at these neural networks, how it works. So, let's start with generative adversarial networks first, wherein GANs consist of two neural networks. One is generator network and the other one is discriminator network. The generator network generates a new content, while the discriminator network tries to distinguish between the generated content and the real content from the training data set. And all of this happens in an iterative process. So the generator learns to produce a content that can deceive the discriminator, resulting in more realistic and high quality outputs over time. For example, if a generator network wants to create a fancy new spoon, but instead it creates a fork or knife or maybe a broken spoon, the discriminator network here will validate the object created by generator network, and here discriminator network validates the objects with its own trained data sets of original spoons and gives back a feedback to generator that it's not a spoon. And instead it also shares the real content with the generator, and the whole process works in a competing loop between generator and discriminator until the generator generates a real and unique image similar to the original spoon. Isn't it amazing? Generative AI till now has been used in various applications which are not limited to art, design, entertainment, and research areas. It has been used to create realistic images and to generate texts, and even it can compose a music or create a deepfake videos and much more to this. Deepfake here refers to a technique of creating or altering video or audios or images to make it as real as possible. And in reality, it is not original at all. The term deepfake comes from a combination of deep learning, a type of machine learning, and fake word. So now that generative AI has shown a great potential in creating realistic content, it's also very important to note that the generated output is just based upon patterns learned from the training data only. And also, I think it's in the beginning phase, therefore, it may not always be perfect or may miss to reflect the real world accuracies at times. All in all, careful consideration and validations are necessary here, especially while using generative AI to ensure that generated content meets the desired requirements and its usage must be ethical. Now let's move on to the other method, which is variational autoencoder. So VAE, which is a short form for variational autoencoder, are a type of autoencoder neural network that aims to learn probabilistic mapping of data into a latent space, and it has an ability to reconstruct the very similar new data from the latent representation. To understand it in a very simple form, uh, it's like a system that can turn any picture shared with it as an input into a hidden code, wherein This hidden code is like a special language that only the internal system can understand. Now, if this hidden code is given back to this system, it can recreate the same picture it had seen or processed before. That's how a variational autoencoder works. And it has three components, which are encoding, latent space, and decoding. For example, during encoding, the VAE takes a picture as an input and turns it into a spatial hidden code, wherein this hidden code is a bunch of numbers or numbers that represent the picture in a unique way. And latent space is wherein the VAE stores these hidden codes. And it's like a big secret storage room where all the hidden codes are kept. And finally, the decoding helps when system wants VAE to create a new picture as per the inputs provided. It maps a hidden code from the latent space as per the inputs given, and then VAE looks at the code and uses its algorithm to turn it into a picture that looks very similar to the ones it had seen before during the training itself. So, however, there's something very important or something special about the variational autoencoder. It doesn't give you the exact same picture back. Instead, it gives you a similar picture, a bit different from the original one. And this makes the VAE really creative because it can come up with a new and unique pictures that it has never seen before. That's why it's such a cool tool in the world of artificial intelligence and generative art. So that's all in this session for generative AI. Do follow me for more cool stuff and tech tools and knowledge. Thank you.